So one day, I entered my fourth grade class, ready and excited to start the day as any fourth grader would, ready to start school, open my backpack, pull out my pencils, pick out my favorite one. It was the pink one. And continue on with my day. But I saw a new teacher in the classroom. And I looked up at her, and she looked down at me. We're both looking at each other like, are you in the right place? Are we both supposed to be here? And I see a packet on my desk. I'm reading these big words that are confusing me, and I'm looking, and it says recycle and don't litter. Those are the words that I picked up. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and I'm like, aren't we supposed to be learning math today? Very much so confused and just sitting there and pondering, and I'm looking at my classmates. They're all unamused, don't care, just sitting there. Little fourth graders doing whatever they want. And so I'm sitting, and the class begins, and the instructor introduces herself. Let's say she's Miss Porter. Miss Porter says, "Hi, I'm taking over your class today." I look at her and I'm like, are you sure you're taking over? Because I would much rather have my other teacher right now and be learning math. 2 plus 2 is 4. I got that on lockdown. But she opens up and she starts talking about trash. Why would I, as a fourth grader, want to learn about trash? Why would I be wanting to learn about garbage? Anything like that? Does it concern me? Is it important? Why am I not learning math? I came into class ready to learn about math. I'm sitting there and she continues going on talking about the importance and how trash actually affects the earth. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her and I was like, how do the two correlate? How does that work? She didn't really explain it at first. She just kind of started talking, and I'm sitting there very much confused, more than ever than when she wasn't talking and I was just reading the pamphlet. So she continues to go on, and she's talking about how us littering and throwing our trash on the floor hurts the earth. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking back at all the pieces of garbage that I just see crumpled and piled on the floor at school, on my way home from school, in the street, at the beach, the endless amount of trash that surrounds us that we just see and ignore daily. I'm thinking about what she's saying, and she starts talking about that we need to pick it up and the importance of it, importance of cleaning and helping the earth. And I'm sitting there more, and I'm like, okay, this makes more sense, picking up trash, not polluting equals clean earth. We want clean earth because without clean earth, we don't live. We don't survive. We can't thrive. So I'm sitting there, fourth grade me. This is the most that I'm ever pondering and thinking about for the whole class period, other than math. 2 plus 2 is 4. Remember, I had that on lockdown. But she's sitting and she's still talking, and I'm just staring at her like, you are a genius. This makes so much sense now. I understand that we cannot litter and we cannot leave stuff on the floor, and we shouldn't litter. And as a whole, we should be picking up our trash. So every day since then, any piece of trash I see on the floor, any garbage that is mine, will not end up on the floor. It will end up in the trash can. Because our beaches should stay clean. They should be a place of beauty that we stare at and enjoy. The shining water, the reflection of the sun off the water, the warm sand in our toes without trash, without straws filled, without cans, without McDonald's wrappers, a clean place where we can enjoy the earth. And from that day forward, I learned that picking up our trash, that small little movement, does so much for us and changes the way that we see so much. Clearer skies, clear air, and overall a better environment to live in.